I never used to believe in family curses. They sounded like something from old folklore, the kind of story you tell at bonfires or whisper when the lights go out. But after what happened at my cousin Emma's dinner, I've started to wonder if stories survive for a reason, and sometimes they wait, in silence, until someone finally listens. It started with a simple invitation, a family dinner, 12 of us, at our grandparents' old house in Norwood. Emma and her husband had just moved in, said it was time to breathe life into the place again. The house had been abandoned for years after Grandma passed. I hesitated. I had my reasons. That house was heavy with memories. But in the end, I said yes. When I arrived, the sky was already dimming. The wind pressed against the trees and the old wooden gate creaked open like it recognized me. Inside, the house looked almost the same. Emma had done her best. New curtains, polished floors, fresh paint in the hallways. But underneath it all, the oldness still clung to the air, like the past hadn't moved out. Dinner was set beautifully. Long wooden table, candles in brass holders, polished silverware. 12 chairs, just like Emma said. Except there were 13. I noticed it right away. A narrow, high-backed chair at the far end of the table. Mismatched, older. The wood was darker and carved with strange, almost floral patterns. It was the only chair not paired with a name card. I thought maybe it was just extra. But then we sat, and no one touched that chair. Dinner moved along. Small talk, family updates, forced laughter. But I kept looking at the chair, and sometimes I could swear it shifted slightly, like it wasn't empty. After dessert, Emma stood up with her phone. "Family tradition," she smiled. "Let's get a photo before everyone starts to leave." We squeezed together, 12 of us. She clicked the shutter. Flash. Then she took a few more, just to be sure. We all said our goodbyes. Hugs, tired smiles, promises to call more often. That night, the photo went up in the family group chat. But when I opened it, I froze. There were 13 people in the picture. At the far end, in the old carved chair, was a woman. Pale skin, eyes wide open, wearing a black lace dress. She wasn't smiling. She wasn't looking at the camera either. She was looking directly at me. I stared at that photo for hours, zoomed in, zoomed out, checked the others Emma had taken. She was in all of them. Same pose, same gaze, same chair. I messaged Emma, "Who's the woman in the chair?" She replied instantly, "What woman?" The next few days were a blur. Aunt Mel claimed she heard whispers in her hallway. My Uncle Frank found the exact same chair at the foot of his bed one morning, but no one believed him. Said maybe he was dreaming, but I knew better. I kept coming back to the photo. Each time I opened it, the woman looked closer. Her face became clearer. Her hand, once resting on the armrest, now seemed to reach forward slightly. It was subtle, but I could feel her moving. I had to know the truth. So I went back to the house, alone. Emma had gone back to the city. The place was quiet, dark, filled with the hum of silence. The table was still set. The dishes had been cleared, but the chairs, they were untouched, even the 13. I stood in front of it, that strange carved seat. I reached out and touched it. It was warm. Suddenly, a gust of wind rushed through the hallway, slamming the front door shut behind me. I jumped, and then I heard a voice, not loud, not threatening, software, familiar. "You saw me!" I turned. No one. But in the hallway mirror, the one Grandma used to hang over the console table, I saw her, the woman from the photo, standing behind me. But this time, she wasn't reaching. She was waiting. I didn't run. I spoke. "Who are you?" The reflection flickered. And then I saw it. Not her face, but the necklace she wore. Grandma's necklace. The same one she used to wear every holiday. An old silver pendant with a tiny engraving, LC. I don't know how I missed it before. But the woman? She wasn't a stranger. She was Leona Carter, Grandma's youngest sister, the one no one ever talked about. The one who disappeared in 1962, the night of a family dinner, right here in this house. I found the record later, in the attic tucked behind a dusty photo album, a yellowed newspaper clipping. Woman disappears from Norwood residence, last seen at family dinner. Authorities baffled. She was never found, and in every photo from that night, there were 13 people. I don't know why she chose now to appear. Maybe because Emma moved in, maybe because we finally returned, or maybe she just wanted to be remembered, not erased, not buried, seen. I printed her photo, framed it, and placed it on the mantle above the fireplace next to Grandma. The next day, I checked the photo again. She was gone, not deleted, not glitched, just gone. And the chair? When I went back, it was no longer there. I tell this story not to scare you, but to remind you that some chairs are never truly empty. Some stories are never truly over, and sometimes the ones we forget are just waiting for us to remember them.